Have you watching TV as soon as tomorrow. Call 800-241-9495. Imagine all your favorite movies, sports, and shows in crystal clear digital quality for far less money, and you won't have to deal with the cable company anymore. At only $19.99 per month, they're practically giving it away. Call now for full details. Call 800-241-9495. That's 800-241-9495. Again, 800-241-9495. Limited time offer for prices, packages, and programming subject to change without notice. 24-month agreement required. Cancellation fees, auto pay, and paperless billing and other restrictions apply. Call for details.
And welcome back. 1:23 left here in the third. Chad Platt popped up pretty early into that injury timeout. The Heritage player just got off the field, and now it is Shannon Sullivan with the reception out to the 34-yard line on 2nd and 8. It'll be a gain of 3, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 5. And George, that's Sullivan's, second reception tonight?
Yeah, his second reception, only 8 yards. He's been moved from running back to wide receiver. It was Miles Kyatt, defensive end, the smaller defensive end for Heritage, who was shaken up on the previous play, and he finally got up and was able to get off the field under his own power.
So now a 3rd and about 6 as Hodge is in the shotgun. Another high snap, able to corral this one. Fires, overthrown again for Shannon Sullivan. Sullivan wants the flag. He's not going to get it. Back deep on the coverage was Romello Armstrong.
Yeah, pretty good job there by Armstrong.
Yep.
Little bumping going on, but incidental contact.
Yeah, both of them going for the ball. Sullivan still pleading with the officials. And the Dogs are going to have to punt.
Hodge, 4 for 13, 2 interceptions.
Fourth and 6 here as Colin Shannon will kick it away. 28 seconds left in the third.
And of course, we'll have a running clock in the fourth quarter with a 31-point lead.
They don't even rush this one as Shannon gets off a nice kick. Fair catch called. The ball's loose, but nothing but Heritage players around it. Everybody, all the Dogs kind of stopped when they saw the fair catch, and the return man dropped the ball. That was number 28, C.J. Stone, a sophomore running back. But the Dogs weren't ready for it when it popped free, so Heritage will maintain possession and actually picked up a couple yards on it.
Yeah, it went forward after the return man couldn't corral the ball. And it went forward, and there were only white shirts. No red shirts. No alternate jerseys that the Dogs are wearing tonight.
Lady Luck had a prior engagement tonight. She is not here to help the Dogs. They've got no breaks tonight.
We never get any breaks, to be honest with you.
The saying is you got to make your own, and the Dogs have not. Here's Spencer. Spencer with the handoff around the right side. The Dogs still trying to rip at that ball. And number 5 on the carry. We don't have a name for him. As some of the backups now getting into the game as the third quarter comes to an end. So after 3, it's the visitors 37, your Double G Dogs 6. You're listening to Bulldog Football on the home of Barrow County Sports, www.hearthegame.com and WTV 21. We'll be right back for the fourth quarter.
With all the stuff on my list, grocery shopping, picking up the kids from practice, dinner time, bedtime, bath time, I need some me time. Nothing cuts the stress like a workout at Anytime Fitness. With access 24/7, and as a bonus, tanning is free with my membership. You get a free month with all new signups. So come on, let's have some me time together. There are locations all over. Just send the word fitness to 68398 or call 877-870-5884.
Start of the fourth quarter. Here's the Dogs trail 37-6. It is a 2nd and 9 for Heritage at their own 46-yard line.
Chris, we got an update from Appalachia now. Late in that ball game, Flowery Branch on top of the Wildcats, 17-14.
Oh, wow.
So nice comeback by the Falcons.
Yep.
Trailed early 14-3.
So Isaiah Spencer in at quarterback for Heritage. Man in motion. And the motion man will get the pitch. Disrupted in the backfield and dragged down is going to be Ramella Armstrong getting in there to make the tackle for the Dogs.
Should be
was number 77, yeah, Augustin Salas. And now we've got one of the Dogs holding his right arm. Is that Schotter?
That is Al Schotter coming off the field.
Fantastic. Yeah, Al coming out kind of cradling his right arm, right hand. And
Dogs leading tackler on defense.
Al coming out to get a little attention here. And on third down, the handoff right up the middle goes nowhere. So good job there by the Dogs D. It'll bring up a 4th and long. Loss of about 1. And on 4th down, Heritage will punt this one away.
That's Shannon Sullivan going to go deep for Winder Barrow.
Braden Randall scrambles off for the Dogs before they get hit for too many men. Nobody was ready for this punt. We've got underclassmen charging the field to get their helmets on in time and get lined up. Now they're ready. And here's the punt, nearly blocked by the Dogs. Sullivan takes it at his 25, and he is buried immediately. And the Dogs, with 10:07, will take over 1st and 10 at their own 25.
Yeah, Jeremy Ramsey, sophomore, putting pressure on the punter there. Actually ran into the punter a bit. There was some contact, but not enough to draw a penalty. Closer game, may have had a penalty thrown.
Well, the officials deciding not to add insult to injury here as the Dogs find themselves trailing by 31, 9:30 left in the game. Hodge missing a man, another guy coming on late. Playing left tackle, kind of important. Another botched play. Hodge is going to be dropped back at the 16. He thought he had a running back on his left. He didn't.
Yeah, so definite confusion going on. Darren Nance, junior defensive end, throws Hodge down like a rag doll. Again, running clock here with a 31-point lead.
So the Dogs will drop to 0-5 on the season, barring some kind of miracle here in the last 850. And their losing streak will extend to 29 games. Coming up next week, going to Flowery Branch. And then they take on Loganville.
Loganville struggling a bit this year.
Here's Hodge, fires over the middle, complete to Randall. That'll be complete out at the 30-yard line. So Braden Randall with a couple of nice catches here tonight. And that'll make this 3rd down much more manageable for the Dogs. It'll be about a 3rd and 6. Randall split out to the near side. Shannon Sullivan the far side. Man-to-man coverage. And here's Hodge rolling right. Fires out in the flat.
Ooh,
incomplete.
dangerous.
Knocked away. Good play there by the linebacker.
Threw it out there in the right flat, and the linebacker, Seth Fallon, once again wreaking havoc, a sophomore, able to get a hand on it. Had he been able to come up with that, who would have had 6?
I think that was 38, Andre Curtis, rather than 36. Well, maybe it was. I think I've already proven I can't read these numbers tonight.
It was Fallon. He's had a big game.
I need glasses, or they need better numbers.
Here, you want to borrow mine? Of course, then I won't be able to see.
Here's Shannon. gets away a nice high punt. And this time, we jinxed him. It did bounce back a little bit, but
it bounced back. Tyree Tanner was
grabbed
there.
it at the 48.
Well, the Patriots, they'll go to 5-1, and they got a huge game the next 2 weeks as they take on Clark Central down in Conyers, and then they'll be at Flowery Branch. So 2 huge games coming up for Heritage. Strong program with head coach Chad Frazier. He's done some great things here.
And new quarterback into the ball game will be Anthony Stanley. Handoff will go to the left side. And the runner brought down at the 45-yard line. So again, good D there by the Dogs to snuff that one out. Loss of 2 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 12. Stanley, freshman quarterback, getting some reps here tonight.
And that is just great experience that they get. Whereas we only have Christian Hodge.
Well, Cole Baggett is, or at least was, the backup. You would assume he still is. Now we've got a fumble on the play, and the Dogs able to capitalize, get in the backfield, and drop Anthony Stanley back at the, call it the 40-yard line. Loss of 5 on the play, and now it'll be 3rd and about 17.
Jeremy Ramsey making the hit there after the fumble there by the quarterback. He's able to scoop it up, and Ramsey's there to drop him.
But to continue the point, Coach Wagner figures Christian needs whatever work he can get, so we really never see Cole or anybody else come in and play quarterback, even in these types of games. Here's Stanley, takes the snap, rolls left. Now he's going to cut it up inside, keep it himself. We've got a hold in the backfield as Stanley takes it out near midfield.
Yeah, it was a busted play from the beginning. Now we got a late flag, so things getting a little chippy, but it's a busted play. Turned to hand the ball off. Nobody was there. And now let's see the officials sort this out. It's going to be a personal foul. And I think he's pointing to one of the Dogs. So let's see if this is offsetting penalties.
4:56 left. We've got a hold against the offense. We've got a personal foul. And I guess both offsetting personal fouls. The official did a little kind of Morris Day in the Time Jungle Love move there.
Let's see where they spot the ball.
(37-6). Heritage jumped out, struck early. 2 minutes, 15 seconds into the game. Weaver on a fake punt took it to the house for a long touchdown.
That really caught the Double G Dogs off guard. We don't see that play very often.
Well, it's because they couldn't hear our broadcast here on hearthegame.com, because just prior to that, I said on special teams, you got to watch that.
Yeah, you do.
If they had heard that, if they had the earpiece or an iPhone or an Android out there on the field with them, then they would have been able to heed my warning and stop that touchdown.
That would be an equipment violation, though. All right.
Well, at least the quarterback and the middle linebacker can have one. They can have microphones in their helmet.
All right. So they marked off the 15-yard penalty.
Well, no, that was
they marked off the hold. Both penalties, the hold, and then they marked off the personal foul, and that puts the ball at the 45-yard line.
And it's first down.
And first down, correct.
All right, 4:47 left. Here's Stanley. Again, a little bit of a busted play, but able to get this one out. And the runner into Dog territory down to the 40-yard line on the carry is going to be Romello Armstrong. Picks up about 15, 1st and 10. As the clock ticks down, near 4 minutes left.
Well, after a high-scoring first half, we've only had 3 points put on the board in the second.